Hello and welcome back. We'll be working on views today and adding views to sheets. Okay, so a few things. A view in Revit is just under here, view, all right? And a view is exactly what it sounds like. It's a view of a floor plan. It may also be an elevation, a section cut, but for all intents and purposes today, this will refer to our view here, our floor plan. And so I want you to go back to my video on how to utilize working views. You can find that on my YouTube channel. You can also find that on previous modules. So please, if you're unfamiliar with working views, I'd like you to do that at this time. All right. And what we'll do for this module is that we will navigate to one of our floor plans. All right. And just a few things. I want to double check that I have my crop view off, crop region visible off, annotation crop off, my scope box set to none. This ensures that I don't have any borders yet, and we'll add those borders in eventually. Okay, we're not ready to add this to a sheet, so we're not going to do that quite yet. But the first thing I want to do is let's duplicate this view. So right click, duplicate view with detailing. And so now I have my view, and let's say this will be your annotated floor plan. I already have my annotated floor plan, so I'm going to use a name that's not correct, but yours would be called first floor annotated plan. I'm just going to add a 0 in front of mine, but first, and always all capitals, first floor annotated plan. And I hit enter. Once I have that, bold means it's selected, and I'm in that view right now. And what I want to do is actually, I'm ready to crop this. And we want to crop this so it doesn't take up our whole sheet. And, because our sheet's so small, we don't have all the size to include all this information. And you won't have trees right now. We'll do that in the future. But I want to hit crop view here. All right. Then after that, I want to do crop region visible. Okay. And then I'll click on that once. And I'll take these little buttons, blue buttons, and I'll drag those in. So click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Okay. And then if you have any working section cuts, you can just click those and delete. And that's okay to delete. All right. You can see here I have that, but I actually want to hide my crop region now. Do you see how much prettier that looks? That looks great. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to navigate to my sheet. All right, so you'll want to go to your sheet that corresponds with this view. So for example, I'm saying this is my A101 annotated floor plan, first floor. But what I'll do is I'm actually going to create a new sheet here because I already have that sheet done. Okay, so you can follow along if you want in practice. You're more than welcome to. But view, sheet, and again D, horizontal. And yours may or may not say Bruin title block. Don't worry about that. I click OK, and I am just going to, this is just a test, so I'm just going to call this A000. Okay, and then I'm going to call this sheet name practice. And then I want to put that view on the sheet. And to do that, I go up to view, okay, and then I go down to view here. And do you see this little blue arrow? Okay, that little blue arrow, we want to click on that button. And then what I'll do here is I'll type in the name of my view, which is 0, first floor annotated plan, and I hit OK. You can see here I can click that. Beautiful, and that looks great. And so a few housekeeping things that we'll want to do is right now I'm in my view. Double click out, I'm out of my view. Double click in my view. Double click out of my view. Incredibly important to notice, okay? Here's my sheet, here's my view. Sheet, view, double click in, I'm in my view. All right. And if your view, your crop region is too big, you can shrink that. Just click here, go to crop region visible. Okay. And we'll want to double click. And I can click and drag in. Remember, we don't want to cut off any of our dimensions. And then I just click off, click once, and then I turn off annotation or crop region visible. And then we want to keep crop view checked. Watch what happens if I don't. Turns into a nightmare and includes everything. Okay. And then we want to be very clean and neat with how we arrange this. So let's lower this a bit. And then I want to select my name here just once. And then I want it to be in line with my grids. And I want my tail shrunk in a bit. And this is a very dumb way Revit does this. But I click on my plan, then I have access to my tail. I can scoot that in about here. And then what I want to do next is I want to insert my north arrow and my scale. And I'll let you do that. You do that through Insert, Load Autodesk Family, and you're going to search the names that I have listed right here. Okay? And you can go ahead and add those. And just a fun fact, you can add those in your view like this, double click, or you can just add them on the sheet. Both are fine. Then as a friendly reminder, and again, I'm not practicing this because this is an example, but let me go to my actual annotated plan. The name of my drawing, always, 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 always underline size 50 font, matches the name of my sheet. Unless, of course, there's several drawings on the sheet. All right, so I'd like you to follow that process for doing all of your views and setting those up. And remember, just to summarize here, we learned how to duplicate views, drag views onto plans, then also not necessarily drag views onto plan, but insert them. But if you wanted to, you could also drag and drop them from here, okay, onto your plans. That's fine. But be careful with your crop regions, okay? Follow the instructions I showed you. If you have any questions, reach out to your professor. Thanks.